What's going on, everybody? It is, I don't even know what day it is. We're doing biceps and triceps today. It's an arm day. I'm going to do my 20 minutes of Stairmaster for my cardio. Normally do about 20 minutes level 15 for me personally. Haven't done it yet this week, so I'm going to do it today. I'm not going to bring in the camera to the gym. Not going to vlog there. Mostly today I'm going to focus on kind of what I alluded to yesterday. I'm going to talk to y'all about the schedule that I've got coming up, kind of what to expect there, and then just kind of like some of the business aspect of things, how to scale up Keto Brick, etc., etc., etc. So that's what today's vlog is going to be about. I'll catch y'all for that in a moment. All right, y'all, just knocked out a bicep tricep workout. Did 20 minutes of Stairmaster. Now I'm gonna take you home and we're gonna show you, I'm gonna get something to eat first, but I'm gonna show you my calendar and kind of like what we have coming up in the next 2 months. Give you a little inside scoop there. So yeah, off for food, then calendar. Real quick, a really good macro meal, like just something you can manipulate really easily to hit your macros on point. I've got 200 grams of this pulled pork that I got from Sam's Club. I got 2 of these sausage links that I also got from Sam's Club. Then I'm gonna put on 1 tablespoon of the Primal Kitchen mayo. That's gonna be my meal right now. One good thing about this barbecue is that's already cooked and it's got pretty minimal preservatives. Like if that focuses, come on, focus. Yeah, so pretty simple ingredient list, you know, not a whole lot of preservatives. And then this is pre-cooked as well. So really all you have to do is heat and eat, and it's pretty good stuff. Oh my gosh, there's no green. How is this a well-balanced meal? Not to worry, I thought ahead. Boom, it's healthy now. All right, y'all, we're about to jump into my calendar. But before we do that, I'm gonna give you a quick little heads up on what this meal contains. So with the 200 grams of pork, the 1 tablespoon of the avocado oil, the mayo, and then the 2 servings of jalapeno brats, we have 63 grams of protein, 4 grams of carbs, and 93.5 grams of fat for a total of 1,109.5 calories. So super easy to manipulate your macros on a meal like this. I mean, I could have easily added or subtracted 5 grams of fat, 5 grams of protein, whatever I needed to do. So really easy manipulations. Take heed of that. You know, it's a pretty simple tip, but it's a pretty noteworthy tip. Get foods that are easy to manipulate, because the easier they are to manipulate, the easier it is for you to maintain your macros and be on top of those macros, and just removing the complexity out of your meal prep. I mean, that's really key to making meal prep sustainable. So yeah, pretty tasty food, pretty easy macros. I'm gonna dig in and then we're gonna move on to the next thing. All right, y'all, let's jump into this calendar here and I'll show you kind of what we got going on. Yeah, this isn't gonna work. Hold on. Boom, much better. All right, y'all, so we got personal stuff on here, we got business stuff on here. Crystal wrote all this out. I'm just gonna kind of walk you through it real quick. Today is the 6th, Sunday. You're going to be watching this on Monday because it's going to go out on Monday, which is Bethany's birthday, which is Crystal's cousin. We're training chest. We're trying to do a date night once a week, so bam, that's what we got going on there. All right, so we're going to make keto bricks on Thursday and Friday. On Saturday, we have client check-ins. I do all my clients' macros on Saturdays and Sundays, so the weekends are all filled with that. Keep in mind, throughout the entire week, I'm doing, you know, DMs, emails, yada, yada, yada. On the next Sunday, that's Mother's Day, I'm going to try and spend a couple hours with Mom because my mom's awesome. Monday, we have package and ship the bricks that we made on Thursday. So I don't know when I'm going to release the launch for this. Also, I don't have quite the ingredients that I had this last time. I'm still waiting on some, so it might actually be a smaller batch than last time. Hopefully not, but we'll see. And then we have workout week, you know, all the normal clients. All this time we have like client calls, podcasts. We don't write all those down on the calendar. All right, so on Friday the 18th, we're going to Little Rock. We're dropping Jack off. Then we're driving to Texas to stay at a hotel. This whole week we have a cruise, the low-carb cruise that I'm speaking at and Crystal's speaking at. We return to Texas on Sunday the 27th, picking up Jack. Then we're going to make bricks in Little Rock. We got get ahead clients. Then we're driving to Florida for my buddy Ryan's wedding. He's getting married on the 2nd, June 2nd. So that's what we got going on there. And then we're driving back to Little Rock, getting Jack's Crystal's dog, making more bricks, driving to Fayetteville, get home and catch up. And there's a baby shower apparently on the 9th. And then all this next week is KetoCon. So we're going to go back to Texas for that. But basically the whole concept I'm trying to bring to y'all's attention here is that we're traveling, coming back and making bricks. Traveling, coming back and making bricks. So we're trying to get as many bricks made as much shorter time as we have. We don't have that much time here. All the while trying to stay up to date with clients and podcasts and YouTube videos and yada, yada, yada. So that's kind of a quick glimpse of like the big traveling aspect of things. Now let's dive into the business. By the way, I just watched the playback on that last clip and I realized how much of a little punk I look like without a hat on. So, boom. Much more Robert-like now. So, let's keep this bad boy on. Alright, let's dive into the business. Yo, guess where I am? You'll never guess where I am. Never guess. Where we at? Starbucks. Again. Alright, y'all. My business is an ever-evolving, ever-growing thing. But at the moment, there's 3 primary columns of my business. 3 primary pillars, I guess you could call it. One of those columns, one of those pillars is Deeper State Keto, which is a partnership business that I've formed with Matt and Meg at Keto Connect. And that's going to be an ever-evolving, ever-growing business, but primarily at the moment, it's the Deeper State Keto course. The second column, the second pillar, is Keto Savage, alright? Keto Savage is like the freaking mothership of it all. Like that's where it all started. I'm excited to talk to you about Keto Savage. So Keto Savage is what I started way back when, before anybody knew who I was, before I did my competition, before any of that happened. So it was kind of like the groundwork that was laid that's created what I have and am now. When I started Keto Savage, I mean, literally, I didn't even have an Instagram, I didn't have any of that stuff. So yeah, that's basically become the foundation, the framework for what everything's kind of budded off of since then. And from like a business standpoint, that's pretty much what my brand is. Like when people think of me or they associate me with keto, they think Keto Savage. And that's kind of like what I've embodied it to become. And I want to continue to branch off things from that, have several subset businesses that branch off from Keto Savage and kind of become their own entity. But yeah, Keto Savage is kind of like the main skeletal driving factor that is my business. From a revenue standpoint, most of my money from Keto Savage comes from my coaching currently, but I get some advertising income through there. But yeah, that's pretty much that. Again, most of it's coming from the coaching clientele. But yeah, that's basically my brand and my image, Keto Savage. All right, the third and final pillar of the business is Keto Brick. Let's talk about Keto Brick. So the Keto Brick is a business that we made kind of like by accident. After my last competition prep, or during my last competition prep, I made a shelf-stable bar that I can have with me, and I had it like on a YouTube video, and somebody was asking about it, and then several people were asking about it, and there was like desire for it. So we like, okay, let's just make a business and see what happens. And that's basically what Keto Brick is. I made its own LLC. We got like a food handler's license. We got commercial kitchen space, and we've just been kind of refining this process, learning as we go, building it up, bootstrapping it from the ground up. Like we sell a batch of bricks, the profit from that goes to buying more ingredients to make more bricks. Like there's not really much profit in the bricks. Of all the 3 business pillars, like the Keto Brick is like by far the least profitable, all right? I don't think a lot of y'all realize that, but like we're not making any money on the bricks, which is totally fine. Like I didn't make this to make money. I mean, obviously I want to make money as a business, like I want it to be profitable, but the main sense of fulfillment and satisfaction I get from the Keto Brick business is to be able to see y'all with a physical product in your hands that you enjoy and is adding value to the keto community. Honestly, that's the truth. And most of y'all have been so freaking supportive. Like, it sells out in 10 minutes, and y'all are just ecstatic for me because you saw me from the beginning, and you could just be excited with me because, I mean, that's awesome. Like, we had nothing, and we're building this from the ground up. I've got freaking my girlfriend, my brother, my cousins, and they're making bricks with us. I mean, that's cool to see that kind of success. A couple of y'all have been like really frustrated at the fact that it sells out so quick, which I totally understand. I would be frustrated. You want to buy a brick and it's not available for 10 minutes after the email goes out. That would be very frustrating for me as well. I apologize for that. A couple of y'all, whom I have to assume are new to this channel, because I think you make comments that suggest that I need to work harder, or that I don't have a clue what I'm doing and I don't have any entrepreneurial skills, which may be true. Maybe I'm totally learning as I go, but I assure you it's not because I'm not working hard. If you're new to this channel and you don't really know kind of where I'm coming from, let me take a moment to introduce myself. My name's Robert Sykes. I'm Keto Savage, and when I find something that I believe in and I want to see succeed, I'll work my face off to make it happen. Alright, so now that that's out of the way and we know each other, we can bypass that as a problem, because it's not because I'm not putting in the work to make this a success. I apologize for any bumps in the road getting there, but we will figure this thing out and we'll make it work, and we're gonna scale up. And right now, like, I'm looking at this, investing a couple grand into getting a freezer space to expedite production of these things. So we'll get the Keto Bricks figured out. I'm excited to just grow this thing into as big as it can possibly become. And that is pretty much the 3 pillars of my business currently. And again, that's going to be an ever-evolving, ever-growing thing. But yes, we've got deeper states, Keto Savage, Keto Brick. And eventually I want to have like a gym, and I want to have like an apparel line, and I want to have all this, different subsets of the business. But that is the brand in a nutshell. Yeah, I don't know if any of this is interesting to y'all or not, but if it is, like it. If not, then smash it. That's what they say these days. But yeah, just let me know in the description what you think. And if y'all like the business talks, we'll go into more detail in the future. Like, we can dissect the details behind certain aspects of the business. I love business, so I'm open-minded. I'm totally transparent with y'all. I'll tell you whatever you want to know. So that's all I gotta say about that. About to work on some clients right now and get through some emails. We'll talk tomorrow.